Okay, so today we're going to talk about a concept that I know I'm not the first one to come up with it, but I've never actually heard a term for it, so I will coin one. It's called anchoring, and basically what it is it's using a more subtle piece of your wardrobe as a way to anchor the rest of it, to kind of tie it all down and keep it together so it doesn't get too out of hand. Today's a good example of that. So I am wearing a pretty bold butcher stripe with a contrast collar for the shirt. I've got a pinstripe on my suit. The reason that these stripes work together is because they're different gauges. But then my tie, as you'll notice, is just this solid knit navy. Now, one thing that I've kind of been experimenting with, it didn't start out this way, but it quickly turned into that, is this navy tie has been what I've worn almost completely exclusively for the last, I don't know, 3 months. If you're not following me on Instagram, go follow me there. It's at Tanner Guzzi, and go look through a lot of the photos from the last few months. And anything that's kind of like a what I wore today type photo as opposed to something that was done professionally, 99% of them have me wearing this navy knit tie. And the reason for that is basically because it works with everything. It's really subtle, even though it's knit. Part of that is because my style leans a little bit more casual. But then the big reason for it is because I tend to be a lot bolder in my suit choices. I almost always wear solid shirts, or usually whites or blues. I obviously wear this tie a lot, but then my suit choices are significantly bolder. I will go with patterns or more unique colors, and by anchoring your outfit with an item or two that just kind of keeps things simplified, it helps to avoid looking like a clown, or like what is it, Saul Goodman, Better Call Saul from Breaking Bad. But yeah, so visually you don't want too much going on because it can become distracting, and then it takes all this attention away from you as the person wearing the clothes, and it becomes just the focal point of the clothes. Obviously there are times when you may want to play with that a little bit more, but for the most part you always want to keep something solid and something simple as part of your outfit. For most men, this is a suit. If you are not in an industry where you can justify owning multiple, more than like 6 suits, then your suit should be your primary anchor point. It just kind of stands to reason because that's the thing that you invest the most money in, and so that's the one that you will want to be the least visually memorable. It's also it's versatility. That's why I and other bloggers, other style experts will always recommend starting out with a navy or a gray suit, something that's just a solid all season, nothing too crazy in the weave or in the pattern, because basically what it does is it allows you to anchor with that particular item, and then you can afford to spend a little bit more money on ties or shirts or things that cost less than a suit, and you can get bolder and have some variety and some versatility that way. Obviously if you can do more than that, then it's fun to do it with suits too, and so that's where you can justify going that route and having a lot more fun by doing bolder suits and then anchoring with a shirt or with a tie, or even with both. It's fun because it kind of flips it on its head, and you could argue in one way that that's a method of status signaling, as far as indicating that you can wear multiple pieces and you can afford to wear multiple pieces. But for most guys, that's not the case. This obviously will also apply to your casual wear. That's why with the staples, those 30 items that I recommend, they really should be versatile. They should all serve as anchors in and of themselves, and there's nothing wrong with wearing nothing but anchors. If I were to wear an outfit like this today, where it were a solid gray suit with a solid white shirt and then this navy tie, that still looks great, especially if the fit's dialed, and so it doesn't really matter as much that it doesn't work to have anything that stands out. And so your staples should definitely be something that stands, or that is a good anchor point. But then what's cool is that when you start to combine those with other things that are not staples, you get into secondary and tertiary items that you may have on your list as far as what you want in your wardrobe. You can use those staples as a way to anchor all those other items. It makes it a lot of fun, and it makes it really workable as far as having a good basis of your wardrobe and then starting up and building up from there. So if you're not already anchoring, or if you don't quite get why, if you've never been able to make the connection on why that versatility is so key, that's really what it comes down to, is it gives you the ability to afford variety in other areas and get maximum versatility out of those key pieces that you have in your wardrobe. So any of those staples, any of your other items that you know you're going to be wearing a lot, anchor them. Make them simple, make them easy, and wear them to death. Hope you like the video. If you do, just hit that little like button down below and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon.